So guys, I'm going to be talking today about the culture shock, the things that when you land in Nigeria, to just do you. But before I get started on it, I will tell you first of all, the best way to combat culture shock in Nigeria is number one, to accept it. Not compare it to, oh, when I was in London, when I was in America. You will kill yourself. Do not kill yourself. Accept it. Enjoy the adventure. Don't be too rigid about your plans. That, oh, I have to plan, things have to go like this. It will not work. You will lose that battle. Before I get into it, what is culture shock? Go to Google here. Culture shock is the feeling of disorientation experienced by someone who is suddenly subjected to an unfamiliar culture, way of life, or set of attitudes. Pretty much they're saying culture shock is you enter a country and you wonder, should I be here? Like, what did I get myself into? That is culture shock. Experiences that are out of your norm that really shakes up your mind and puts you at a, like, gives you a shock. Yeah, shocked. Before I get started, my name is Sassy Funke and I'm a Nigerian travel and lifestyle vlogger and blogger. If it's your first time here, welcome. What can you find on my channel? You can find travel videos, travel hacks, lifestyle videos, and all things sassy. So if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit the bell notification button right beside it. This basically ensures that you're always notified when I put out content. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button. Yes. Nigerians are loud. Yes. When you compare it to other countries like Ghana, you know, the UK, maybe not the US, but Nigerians can be very expressive and loud. And it's not because we are fighting each other. It's not because we're trying to make noise. It's because this is how we know how best to communicate. Think about it. We're a population of nearly 200 million people. If you're trying to get heard among 200 million people, you have to speak a bit louder. Nigeria is hot, I think, and it's hot all year round, so be prepared for that when you come. Yeah. Nigerians have what I call a hustler mentality. Yes, hustle, hustle, hustle. I am yet to see any Nigerian living in Nigeria that does not have a side hustle, a side business. Time, yes. We Nigerians, yes, we are the ones that, you know, originated African time. What is African time? African time is basically an excuse for us to not be on time. So before you attend an event, it's wise for you to ask the organizer, is it occurring on African time? Like, what time should I actually arrive? Because older people in Nigeria like to be respected. And how is that? You will notice that people are addressed, whether it's Mr., Mrs., Uncle, Doctor. You cannot be addressing somebody older than you without a title because it's insulting, and that might make them hate you. So express well. Traffic. The traffic in Nigeria can be very, very intense. So it's good if you're going anywhere that you factor this in, and preferably avoid going out during peak times like early. Nigerians take church seriously, and we also dress like it. So Sunday is a day most people, even the, you know, not God believers, will still go to church on Sunday, and they would dress and you would think they're going to an event, but no, they're going to praise the Lord. You might find bad roads in Nigeria, some places better than others, you know, some areas better than others, but potholes is something that, you know, you will find. So don't wonder what's going on. It's just what it is. In Nigeria, you will find cars that are like from the ancient days, so old cars, but it's one of the few places you can also find an extreme of super rich cars. So I don't think I've seen more Range Rovers in Victoria Island, you know, Ikoyi area than I've seen since I've been here in Boston, for example. So don't expect 24-hour electricity. Currently, most areas in Nigeria don't have 24-hour electricity. So most private homes actually have standby generators that they operate. When it comes to customer service, I feel Nigeria, we are working towards perfecting it. We're not there yet. So the kind of service that you will find in the West, whereby people are go above and beyond, it's not the norm in Nigeria, even though we're nice people. So you do not have to tip in Nigeria. It's advisable, but it's not like in the US, whereby if you don't tip, they might chase you and hunt you down. You do not have to tip if you don't want to, but if you get a good service, of course, tip away. Supermarkets and change. Don't find it weird that you can go to a supermarket, pay with cash, and the person at the counter tells you, Madam, Oga, there is no change. And that doesn't mean that they're telling you to return the good and collect your money back. They're telling you inherently to just let the money go. So even though we are one country, we actually have about 300 ethnic groups and so many other languages that we speak beyond English. You know, so don't use the same brush to look at us, because we're very different in what we believe in our culture. We love spicy food. So if you don't like spicy food, tell them in advance, because I think spice to Nigerians means the food is good. If it has no spice, it means it's not good. Bribery. Okay, bribery. So I will not quite say bribery, I would say facilitation payments. Sometimes you may be coerced into making facilitation payments, whether it's from members of the society or random people just to do their job. Don't be offended. Some of these people they earn so little, and this is their way to beg for some money. You will notice a lot of private buildings with huge fences across it, and I think this is something I didn't know myself until I left Nigeria, that oh my god, like people actually leave their house open like this. Like, can't someone just come in and enter their house? Yes, most houses, private houses in Nigeria actually have fences to protect their house. It's not odd, it's just normal to us. It is possible that you can be walking on a street and you will see chickens and goats freely walking on the street too. That is normal. You will find a lot of food hawkers selling food on the street and not in formal stores like supermarkets. That is also normal. Nigerians are extremely happy and optimistic people. Like, a Nigerian can have something negative happen to them 1 minute. The next minute they're saying, you know what, God will provide. It is okay. We're very optimistic about the future. And that takes me on to the next one. Nigerians do not play around with church, religion. Do not have an argument with a Nigerian about church or religion. You will lose, they will hate you, and it's just best just to don't even go there, let it go, right? If someone invites you to a wedding in Nigeria and you don't know the person that's getting married, don't feel odd about it, because I know in the West, when someone invites you to a wedding that you don't know, you wouldn't go. In Nigeria, a lot of people actually allow extended friends and family, or friends of friends of friends, to come to their wedding. So if someone invites you to a wedding, going to the wedding is not being rude. Get what I mean? Public toilets. Public toilets are not as fancy as they are in the West. So I would advise you, unless you're going to a particular restaurant, you know, a fancy restaurant, don't, for example, like try and avoid going to like a public toilet in the market, because it's probably not be up to your standard and you might be shocked. So don't use public toilets if you can avoid it. Don't do it. So guys, that is it. My culture shock sort of things that you might experience if you visit Nigeria for the first time, or if you've not been in Nigeria for a while and it's your first time back. I really hope this helps prepare you for your trip to Nigeria. I really hope it entertains you if you've already been to Nigeria and you understand how we are. I want to know, are there any other culture shock elements or things that I missed that might really help people out there that are visiting Nigeria for the first time, or just want to understand a little bit more about our country? Make sure you leave a comment below. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you on my next video. I'm available.